So this is a recording of the STA Masters 45 that is happened just last week. My opponent is Hiten. He has main weapon would be his slices, backhand slice, and that's what I'm trying to avoid most of the time. But so my strategy going in is that to avoid his backhand, but if I'm pushing it into the backhand, I want to try to push it deep and sharp and maybe flat or make it difficult for him to hit a good backhand. But as with a lot of persons who tend to naturally use their backhand, it's a hit and miss. They'll either accidentally drop it, into near the net and make it, and give themselves a point, or or slice and slice it deep enough and to give me trouble if I'm stuck at the no man's land. And he can run fast and get to the ball fast, right? So one of my strategies is that I found that he's more inconsistent on his forehand, so and especially when I'm doing a cross court forehand, right, forehand to forehand cross court, he tends to make more mistakes, and that was what I'm trying to do most of the time. Even service, I try to serve into his forehand rather than his backhand. Yeah, but anyway, at the end of the day, whatever strategies I have, I lost, which is, fair to say. Well, yeah. So 6-4, 6-1. Yeah. So reviewing through this video itself, I realized most of my mistakes, or most of the unforced errors, came from two things. One is I'm running into the balls again, right? Short balls, I get too excited, I run right into the ball, and I don't give myself space to hit the proper ball. And the other thing is I ran too close to the ball. So two things, right? Even my regular forehand, and backhand, I don't know what's happening that day. I seem to be getting too close. I'm not giving myself enough distance away from the ball to hit with enough pace, which I feel did not hit with enough pace, and a lot of mistakes that I made way too close to my body, especially the soft balls, right? Yeah. So sometimes we can think of everything we can do off court, but when you're actually playing, you're really just running with your natural instincts, right? And that's why the muscle memory comes in. So probably this is one of those days my muscle memory just decided to hit close to the totally forgot about me trying to hit balls as to give myself a space with hitting the balls. All right, so I seem to have this trend where my first set is always all guns blazing. If I lose my first set, my second set tend to be a bit uglier, soft score like 6-0, 6-1, 6-2. It's not a close scores. So I may get, for example, a tie-break winner or whatever. But I seem to have more problems with consistency at the moment, right? So I can't seem to keep myself up on my second set, or even close out on my winning set. What is supposed to be a winning set, can't close it out and lose it. But hey, it's all a learning journey, right? More practice, and obviously put the practice into practice. Sorry, put the awareness into practice, really, right? Yeah. And so you can see that he's very fast. He can get to the ball, and sometimes when I try to hit through away from him, right, I couldn't get it. But occasionally when I'm more aggressive, so playing with him, I try to be more aggressive to come in, but that's not really as in coming in to finish off the point, right? And I'm still not very good at the position, anticipating balls. So that's something that I definitely would get to work with over time, right? Anyway, there's so many things to work with, right? So got forehand, backhand, everything, and so on and so forth. So you can see that sometimes even if I have a nice ball, he pops it back over, and then I just crush it. No, I didn't crush it, sorry. I sent it off to the moon. That's terrible. Okay, so first set actually I was up 3-1, and yeah, I couldn't maintain it, and I lost it to him, and at the end of the day finished at 6-1, 6-4, and and I gave him some free points with some double faults on my side, just trying too hard to, yeah, to surf into the onto the near to the lines. I think, yeah, that's something. Yeah, no, it's okay. Something is learning experience, right? So one thing I'll notice, I didn't know why I didn't notice it for longest time, but yeah, I noticed that my forehand follow through is a bit too flat, and this is why it increases too much, or give me too much error, and I'm hitting the net a lot of times, right? I'm just wrapping my racket around at my shoulder level when I should be wrapping my racket above my shoulder at the end of yeah, as a follow through. So that's something I think I want to work with. I think maybe I'm overconfident with my forehand, and I totally gave in to, yeah, bad habits. So that's something I want to recover. There you can see that, because yeah, I wasn't really pulling up hooking up the ball enough, and they all tend to end up and trying to hit too flat, and all ended up into the net, and I lose a lot of points because of that. Yep. And the other thing that I've noticed, especially from this video, I don't know why I didn't notice that before. Um, I found that, yeah, you see that my forehand, my follow through my forehand is way too flat. Um, I think in my mind it's supposed to go up above the shoulders when I complete, but it's actually like across my shoulders instead. So that's something I need to pay attention to. I think that has to do with me not using my left hand as a guide. And if you see a lot of the balls, those without my left hand as a guide, I tend to make more mistakes, and I tend to go too close to the ball. So the left hand is actually a very important part for balancing and also for accuracy for me. And I think that's something I want to try to work on and keep it more consistent. Oh, this is a good point. Look at that. I managed to hook it up, but not high enough, and he managed to ding it into the other side when I'm running away from it. But I think that's a good point. I made him run a lot. This is lousy. Totally killed it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think I want to get more spin on my back. Give less errors into my forehand. I'm just hitting things way too flat. This is one of the few points. I think I lost this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's good. He's good at the net. So I'm afraid when I lose most of the time whenever he gets into the net. Yeah. Well, this point is one of the few points I like. I'm aggressive. I came in as I wanted to, and I anticipated where exactly you hit, and had a nice volley off. Yeah, very rare occasion. Most of the time I'm very, yeah, I lose my cool whenever I'm in the net. I have no idea where the next ball is going to go. There's just some silly things that I need to work on. Now, this one is wasted because I really hit a deep backhand, but yeah, there you go. I was too relaxed and hit it into the net. Yeah, see, I threw the racket down, gave up. And same for this point, I was trying aggressively moving in around the court. I'm trying to hit deep behind him. Okay, I missed that volley, and I forgot to change position when I smashed into the net. Well, yeah. Well, I deserve the loss. I mean, if someone so well, he deserved to win, right?
Yep.
Well, one thing During this tournament, personally, that's what I noticed. I don't know if anybody else noticed. I'm running a bit better. I'm able to stop in time. I don't have that, road runner overrun kind of a situation. Yeah, and also, even though my steps are still small, yeah, but I'm able to actually get the ball better and stop in time. That is because I'm using a Ultra Solstice shoes, running shoes. Actually, it's a training shoe, and that's like a barefoot shoe, minimalist barefoot shoes. I was looking in the net for something like that, and I didn't realize I actually have that shoe with me all the while, and so I decided to test drive. This is the second time I just test drove it, and I really love the feel of the shoe for playing tennis. Um, Very light, very responsive because it's near to the ground. It's zero drop, right? And my leg tend to be a wide. Even sometimes 2E doesn't work for me, and whereas this is really toe shape, and so yeah, I have no problem. My regular tennis shoe is the K-Swiss Hypercourt Express 2, I think. Yeah, and actually that's the only shoe that really fits me. I've tried New Balance. I've obviously, but Adidas and the rest can't fit because they're way too narrow. So this is only one of those very few shoes that are wide enough for me. But even recently, sometimes maybe manufacturer or whatever, I still have some break in because my little toe will hurt like crazy, right? For the initial wear, and then after that doesn't hurt anymore. Yeah. So that's the problem with people with wide feet. So what I try to do is try to get the 2E models. But now that I'm using the Ultra Solstice, I found that it's really, really comfortable. I'm going to go with it, right, as my tennis shoes. I'll just try to wear out the other shoes too. So this is my Solstice. You notice it's toe shape, very wide in the front, lovely for people with regular feet, right? And sides, yeah. So, but it's very thin, so it probably wears out quite fast, but it's a zero drop, so it's very, very comfortable and very, very light. It doesn't feel like wearing shoes or you're wearing any shoes. Yeah, which is why I think maybe I'm running more comfortable. All right. Thank you if you're watching until so far.